Chapter 4, The Hollow Awakens. Emma's breath hitched as she backed into the corner of the library. The growl was louder now, vibrating through the floor beneath her. The air felt thick, like the room itself was alive, pressing in on her from all sides. She reached for her phone, but of course, there was no signal. Panic set in, and she tried the doors, but they wouldn't budge. The lock had been jammed from the inside. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and she heard whispers. Not just in one corner of the room, but all around her. They were coming from the books, from the shelves, from the very walls themselves. "You should have left when you had the chance." The voice was familiar. It was the same whisper Emma had heard outside the chapel. But this time, it was deeper, darker, and much more insistent. She spun around, but no one was there. The bookshelves began to tremble as if some great force was pushing against them, trying to get out. The floorboards cracked, and the walls groaned with age. Then, through the cracks in the walls, Emma saw something. A shadow. A shape that seemed to flicker in and out of existence. It was tall, with long limbs, and its face was hidden in darkness. But she could feel its eyes, staring at her, pulling at her soul. "Leave, before it's too late." The voice was no longer a whisper, it was a scream, a desperate plea from something trapped within the walls. Emma didn't wait to see what would happen next. She ran for the back door, flinging it open and rushing out into the cold, damp air. The streets of Hollow's End were empty once again, but Emma felt the weight of the town bearing down on her. She could see them now, villagers lurking in doorways, peering from windows, all watching her, waiting. She tried to shake off the feeling of being hunted, but the further she walked, the closer the feeling grew. It was as if something invisible was following her, pulling her toward the chapel on the hill. The whispers began again, louder this time, surrounding her like a fog. "The hollow calls." Emma broke into a run, her feet pounding the cobblestones, but it didn't matter. No matter how fast she ran, she was always drawn back to the chapel. It was as though the town itself was pulling her in. When she finally reached the chapel, the door swung open on its own, as if expecting her. Inside, the shadows were deeper, more oppressive. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and Emma's skin prickled with the sense that something was waiting for her in the dark. In the center of the chapel, there was an altar, a stone slab, stained with something dark and ancient. The whispers grew louder, rising in pitch, as though the very walls were alive with the voices of the past. Emma stepped forward, unable to stop herself, her mind racing as the whispers filled her ears. And then, she saw it. A figure in the center of the altar, its body wrapped in shadows, its face obscured by darkness. It was ancient, twisted, and its eyes gleamed like pools of blackened coal. "Welcome home!" Emma screamed, but no sound came.